Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. I'm Mark91 aka Helene Lugia, and in this video we're taking on the Temple of Courage. And yeah, this place is decently big, about 3 floors if I'm right. It has been a while since I've recorded this. I've recorded about 3 more videos before commentating on this video. Yeah, first things off, there's an obvious destructible wall over there. Destructible walls always stand out because the floor in front of them is colored differently. So we get a random treasure from that. And these things, I forgot to look up their names. And we meet a couple of new enemies in this area, but I've forgotten that enemy. Well, it's more of an obstacle than an enemy. Those blades. I'll probably have their names show up on screen sometime during this video. And yeah, just get the key, you dodge all of that, and then we get to the doors. Okay, this temple will also, the colored switches and platforms make a reappearance in this temple, as you can see to the south of those 2 chests. There's a couple of red platforms. They don't appear everywhere, but they do. They are pretty interesting what they do, because there's only one colored switch in the entire temple, and these guys are, let's see, Moldorms. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Oh yeah, they're practically giant armored caterpillars, and their tail is their weak spot. Pretty easy to get to take out once you get behind them. Okay, let's see. And another new enemy, the hardhead beetles. We can't kill them at the moment except for knocking them off the platforms. And that chest up there, we won't be able to reach that yet. We need the grappling hook to reach that. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, I was just screwing around with the boomerang, and that's the only colored switch in the entire temple. But we'll have to hit it from different sides to activate it, switch things around. I don't know if I named these enemies last times, the green gels. Don't know if I named them. And there's another obvious breakable wall, bombable wall. Yeah, big monster with big ears. That's referencing to another new enemy. And here is the order of the temple, as it says, but it's not completely true. You know, in the first parts we did go follow that route. Now roughly up, down to didn't follow it even there. Anyway, power gem number 8 in a random treasure chest, and here is the invisible path to the lower floor. Yeah, they're using invisible floors in this already. Though I don't really remember if they use them again in the game. I think not. I think this is the only place where invisible floors are used. And green chew. The only difference with that chew and that chew and other chews is that it's green. And here it introduces crystals, a new mechanic. It's sort of like, well, don't know the name of that old game, but you had, it's another game. It's more of a baby's toy, where you have to fit the right shape into the right hole. And this is a Pole's voice, sort of like a bunny head with teeth. Yeah, if you see them duck down, if you see them, what's the word? Kick me off the stairs. Well, if you see them get small, I really don't know the word for it, but when, you can dodge them when they are preparing to jump to lunge at you. But yeah, there's another way to there's a way to stun those, I'm pretty sure. You can stun them by blowing into the mic, and that's another new enemy, the Beamos, staple of the Zelda series. Just don't walk in front of its eye, and you'll be fine. If you walk in front of its eye, you get hit by the laser beam. And also those glowing orbs of electricity. Electricity. It's more likely. Those are winders. More of an obstacle than an enemy because I don't know if you can actually kill them. I think not. Anyway, pull the switches in the order of the temple, up, down, right, and left. Then you find the crystals, the square crystal, the crystal sphere, or the crystal skull. Okay, yeah, just put the crystal in the same shaped pedestal, and the door opens up. Okay, back down here, it's this guy who hints at how to find the hidden, at how to find the invisible pass. There's a wall between the two tablets that we bombed before. Along the path are a couple of hard-hat beetles. One thing I should, if hard-hat beetles can't really attack you, but if you walk into them, or they walk into you, you will get bounced away from them. So on an invisible path like this, yeah, they can be annoying. Luckily, you can push them away with your sword, and here we have the bow and arrow, the staple of the Zelda series again. Selected, aim, shoot, and there we go. Now we can activate eye switches. There is an eye switch on Murkey Island. Finally remembered the name alright. Not Molida, Murkey. We're on Molida Island. Okay, yeah. There is an eye switch on Murkey Island, but I couldn't get that. I went to Murkey in the next video, I believe, but I couldn't activate it there because I ran out of arrows and just couldn't find it. Anyway, these things will redirect arrows into whichever way they're pointed, hit them with the sword or the boomerang to change the directions. And once again, Moldorms, which seem to be extremely weak to the arrows. As you can see, just one arrow kills them in one arrow kills them in one hit. It's just stupid. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Well, not really interesting what they did, but smart use, I'd say. They give you one crystal, but two pedestals in a blocked way, which is now open because we can activate the eye switches. Just get this crystal and put it in the other place, and then we can continue on. Okay, let's see something to talk about that isn't explaining something in here. If I don't have to explain something over here. It's just a room full of Octoroks. Okay, so let's see. I'm getting pretty close to 300 subscribers. At the moment that I'm recording this, I'm at 291. So only 9 more to go. But I'm not really sure if I'll do a subscriber special for that, because I did one for 250. Well, when I reach 250 subscribers. But I might do something, maybe a whole load of Let's Shows or something, or make a bunch of test videos for... now test videos and Let's Shows are practically the same thing. Sort of. So yeah, we'll see what I'll do. I will do something at least. Failed. Got pushed off by a stupid bat. Now in this room there are 2 eye switches. Activate them both and you will... a treasure chest will appear. Containing the... containing a power gem. I should really start just having a glass of water or something ready whilst recording stuff. Well, by the way, I'm probably going to start, well, continue my Let's Play of Sanzara pretty soon, even though I don't have a replacement timer yet. And yet you can disable BMOS, whatever. You can disable them by shooting them in the eye with an arrow, but it's only temporarily. As you can see, it's active again. And yeah, back to what I was talking about. I'm going to start recording for the Let's Play Sanzara soon, though I don't have a new timer yet, since Random Treasure, Helm of a Plume. I don't have a replacement timer yet, but because the YouTube time limit has been removed for me and others, it's been for a while, I don't really have to constrain myself to certain times, but I do prefer to keep my videos below 20 minutes or around 20 minutes. So that's why I really haven't worked with Sanzara, because for the next video I know I'm going to need to make cuts there, and it was a stupid move. And the only real means I have for keeping up the time during my recordings are, well, only 2 minutes I have for that, are pretty raw, are pretty crude. There's just watching the clock on my telephone, which stands right next to me, or an egg clock, or kitchen clock, whatever they're called in English. Yeah, but with the first one, by checking the time on my telephone, that would be a very pretty crude, especially if I forget to look. And with the egg timer, it would also be pretty crude, and it would also include an annoying ring at the end of every video. Unless I would edit that out somehow. Well, then I would also have to edit out for the sound from the game itself. Yeah, with this puzzle, just light all the torches. Pretty self-explanatory. And here once again we have to use those arrow directors, don't know what they're called, to hit the color switch and be able to continue on. But yeah, I'll be starting recordings with Sanzara and some Let's shows and such in a bit, though the videos will have pretty crude in their time. And yeah, it's another Paul's voice. I don't know if I actually said this, but you should be able to stun them by blowing into the mic, which was what that tablet earlier was referencing to. That monsters with big ears don't like loud noises. But you should be able to stun them by blowing into the mic, as I said. I just said that. But I didn't try that because I didn't remember it. And yeah, this is pretty interesting. You have to draw on the map a route for the block to move, and I sped this up because it does take a bit of time. It's just sitting, just waiting for this thing to get around. And yes, on each of those 4 pillars, there's the eye switch. Shoot it, and the chest with the boss key will appear in it. Will appear. And you made a bit of a stupid mistake by crossing the lines. Don't know how the mechanic works, but it prefers to going up and down instead of this to the sides. There's the chest. Now we just need to get to it. And one little thing I've noticed with this thing on the emulator is that it shifts around while you're standing on it. Don't remember if that's with the original game on the DS, of course. But that is a bit dangerous if you were to just send this thing all around the room for just for lols, and then come back later and find out that Link has dropped into the abyss somehow because of this thing shifting around. It isn't big, but over time, small lengths can be, well, over time, a lot of centimeters make meters. That's the best I can come up with right now. So yeah, I just tossed that stone in there, and for some reason the back screen flashed in there for a second. But anyway, this is thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, we take on the boss. But until then, have a nice day and goodbye.